What's poppin', T Squad? It's me, Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 3, Episode 3 review. I already have the first 2 episodes up, so make sure you guys watch those as well. So, this episode begins where we left off with Episode 2, and Giselle says to Leah that that's not fair because I never heard the story about Herman. If I'm sharing something about my life and it's personal to me and you're bored, that's not cool. Leah was tripping. She was doing team too much. It was just like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, you heard the story already, but other people didn't. Is Alexia long-winded and always like playing like this perpetual victim almost when it comes to her marriages? Absolutely 100%. But you're saying, oh, I'm bored. Won't y'all drink or something or get drunk or something? Like, what are you talking about? Like, eat your food and be quiet. So Leah was like, I didn't mean it in a disrespectful way. I'm sorry if it came off that way. And Portia was like, y'all sorries come quick. Because, in Atlanta, they don't do that. They don't say whatever to each other. And then 5 minutes later, it's I'm sorry and we moving on. Nah, that's not how it works. So Leah was like, it's not that deep though. And Portia in her confession was like, if she don't want to get to know nobody, then she should go. Because it was coming across like the only thing Leah want to talk about is penises, and that's literally it. Like, she didn't want to get to know the girls, and it was like she was just complaining or whatever. So it was like she was like ostracizing herself from the group and talking crap at the same time. So Marisol ends up talking to one of the medics about her stomach hurting and says that she only drank a little bit that day. And the producers rewound it back and show how from the moment she woke up, she had been chug-a-lugging all day. And I'm just like, this lady is delusional. Like, she is absolutely insane if she don't understand why she is over there sick and in pain. So the doc says that he thinks that she might have an ulcer. The lady constipated and got a boo-boo, child. I keep on saying that she needs to drink a whole 5 gallons of water. So Candace ends up performing with the lady boys, child. She come out there looking like a cloud that you gonna see as soon as you enter into heaven's gates. I didn't know what she had on. She looked like an ostrich, a dove, a loofah. Even Giselle was talking about her outfit. If Giselle can talk about your outfit and be right when that is wrong, then you know that it's ugly. So as she's performing, the track is skipping and stopping playing, and of course when the track stops playing, she stops singing because Candace is not comfortable with her singing voice. Like, she cracks a lot when she sings live, and it's just like, I'm so sick of Drive Back. Can we please get another single? Can we please get another single? She would have been better off performing the Trina song, considering the fact that was the song that she was promoting on Potomac for that season. So that would have been a good segue to the new song, because I'm sick of Drive Back. Please drive forward. Do a U-turn. Do something. But I'm tired of driving back, child. And then one of the lady boys end up slipping and falling during their performance. It was just a mess, baby. So on the way back to the crib, Giselle tells Portia that Candace is a reactor. She's not an initiator. So she was shocked how she came for Portia when it came to, bringing up the whole Simon situation, and says that, that's really not her. And Portia in her confession was like, I've been on Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is baby shade to me, honey. She was like, girl, you are over here messing with the major leagues. It's the big leagues, honey. You still playing softball for, your high school baseball team. Like, you don't want it with me, huh? You want a bummer with a beat, huh? Bzz. Throw a hex on the whole family. So day 3, Alexia plans a yacht party to, bring a little bit of Miami to Thailand. And y'all know how yacht parties go with the housewives. It's always a disaster. You cannot put them ladies on a yacht for a couple of hours together because it is going to be utter mayhem. So Portia says, Marisol, what have you observed so far? Because I know that you like to sit back and watch. And Marisol was like, Leah has odd behaviors. Leah, mind you, is in the other car with the other girls, And Leah was like, I think I'm trying to relive what I didn't have as a kid. Cause she got kicked out. She was on drugs. She got pregnant, young and everything. So Leah is still trying to figure out who she is and find herself. And she's still like acting out and trying to get attention. And it's kind of a little bit weird considering her age, but considering everything that she's gone through, I kind of get it. So Portia says, you're trying to shift the energy to you. And when we give it to you, you play victim. So this rift between Portia and Leah is already starting. Portia then pretty much made it up in her head that she's tired of Leah and she really don't care for her nor like her. So they get to the yacht and Pepsi says that he has to go back to the villa. I didn't really understand why he came. If he was just going to turn right back around and go back to the villa, I didn't understand that. So Portia was like, Leah, do you want to go back with him? And she was like, why you asking me if I want to go back? Like, huh? She was like, cause you, acting like you don't be wanting to be here. So it's already starting with the Leah situation. So Giselle asked Leah, is she good because of how she acted the night before? And Leah was like, I'm glad you brought this up because I want to ask Portia, when you both said, do you want to be here? I think you said it because when we were opening up at lunch, I had feelings about hesitating on coming here. So I thought it was shady that you brought up something I was vulnerable about. So it was kind of like she tried to flip the script on them and use that as an excuse as to why she was being rude the other night. And it was like, Leah, baby, that ain't gonna fly here. Ain't nobody dumb enough to let that go. Like, that didn't have nothing to do with you being a dickhead the night before. Absolutely nothing. So Portia was like, you've been acting like you want to go home. You are wild. She was like, you wild. Like, Portia was just like, you are blowing me right now. So Giselle was like, you said last night you were bored, so you say to the table, why don't y'all get drunk like you're drunk monkeys or something? And it was coming across like y'all get drunk for my entertainment, but you the same person that felt some type of way when Heather was saying that she wanted to get you drunk, knowing that you were alcoholic. Like, you can't feel some type of way and then turn around and do the same thing to other people. So Leah was like, because that's what people say to me before this trip started. Marisol texted me saying she wished I was still drinking. Then her and Marisol started going at each other. Like, literally pretty much everybody on this yacht ended up having an argument with somebody. So Leah was like, Marisol, you're the one that said if you don't drink for 4 hours, your stomach starts to hurt. And that's because the lady is going through withdrawals. That's why she drinks so much. So Leah was like, now I know everybody hates me, playing the victim and everything. And Portia was like, now you're the victim again. Okay. And Leah was like, no, you're bullying me. And Leah leaves the table in her bikini, child. And Portia is just like, oh my God, I am exhausted with this white lady. Candace then jumps in to defend Leah and says that she feels like the argument is BS and that the girl didn't already apologize. So like, let it go. And we all know that Giselle loves to start stuff and keep stuff going. And like I said, her and Portia on this trip are like freaking frat. Like, they love to start stuff and then sit back and watch everything explode. So Leah then returns to the table telling us you guys just gave me my period. Does anybody have a tampon? And they was like, girl, we did not need to know that. And I'm like, now you blaming them for making your period come. Girl, you know when your period about to come. And so Candace was like, y'all just bullied her into menstruation. So Candace then start crying, talking about this trip is hard for me. I have anxiety. I'm far from home. I don't do well when I don't know people and everything. And her and Giselle aren't that close, so she didn't really come into this trip having any allies. And, her and Portia already had their little thing brewing from social media and from that little show that she had on Bravo during the pandemic. And on top of that, when she came on the trip, her and Chris was into it. So the little girl was going through a lot. So Portia tries to like comfort her and was like, you have anxiety being around people you don't know, but your event was the shadiest. Is that how you get comfortable, by making other people feel comfortable? Now, mind you, she was trying to comfort her, and then it went left real quick. And Portia did have a point, because you talking about you was afraid of, how people was gonna receive you and all of this type of stuff, but then you throw your event and then you throw major shade, a whole shade tree at me and Giselle. So Candace and Portia now arguing, child. And Heather and Leah and Candace end up having a conversation, and Heather says that she gives her alcoholic friends drinks, child. Well, when they asked her, she was like, I'm going to give it to them. So Leah was like, are you in therapy? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, Heather is a basket case. Like, she literally is. Like, somebody needs to do a case study on this chick, because she is a weirdo. So Giselle was like, you said last night that you two promised you wouldn't talk about y'all problems on cameras. She says this to Whitney and Heather. And Whitney was like, no, we said we're moving forward. Leah was like, Whitney, you were talking a little bit of crap about Heather. You said she still had her name on that Mormon thing, so why does she have a book coming out, and that you didn't really trust her? So Heather is like, like, now she activated, because she thought that they were starting anew and that it was over. And, she gets all riled up. Everybody want their 5 minutes of camera time. And they start to argue, child. Heather crying. And Whitney says that Heather didn't support her when she went through her trauma, but supported Jen. And Heather says that she never lied for Jen. And I'm looking like, girl, and I'm Ray Charles. So Whitney says that she lied about the black eye. Now the black eye conversation comes out, and she tells the girls what happened, while they were filming their upcoming season, and how Heather woke up one morning with a black eye and didn't know allegedly where it came from. So Leah says now that she don't think she can trust Whitney, since she would do that to somebody that's her best friend and her cousin, like expose her like that. In that setting, you're, what you saying that you never lied for Jen, and it's obvious that you did. Like, her and Whitney, I could see if they was like cousins that grew up together and all that stuff. Like, they didn't find out that they was even cousins till they was grown. So their relationship ain't like that for real. So I don't see them having like any real loyalty towards each other. So, Giselle asks to see the picture of the black eye, because her tail is messy. Whitney's about to show it. Like, she literally goes to her phone to show Giselle and Portia. And Heather was like, if you're showing them a pic of the black eye, you are just so thirsty. It's disgusting. So Whitney now don't know if she should show the picture or not. So Marisol was like, no, don't do that if you really want to fix things with her. And I agree. If you want to fix things, don't show the picture. If you really don't care, go ahead and show it, child. So Candace tells the girls that Giselle insinuated that Chris lured her into a dressing room. So Leah was like, and she got the nerve to come at me about saying I was bored, and she done did some stuff like that. So she then goes to confront Giselle about the situation, and Giselle was like, that's a lie. Candace comes over, and her and Giselle get to arguing over the Chris situation, and Giselle calls her a lying biznaïve. That conversation goes nowhere. And Candace tells Leah that she needs to let Giselle know that she won't be ran over, and she needs to check her, because, if you give Giselle an inch, she gonna take a mile. Baby, everybody's activated. Everybody's gone crazy. The Thailand heat then got to everybody, and everybody just need to take a nap and get a sippy cup and just have time out, because these ladies have lost their ever-loving mind, and I'm loving it. I give episode 3 of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip season 3 an A, because it was just chaos. Chaos from the beginning to the end of this episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.